Trump has been shot, you guys. This is not clickbait. This is what we know so far. Trump was speaking at his rally in Pennsylvania when 11 shots rang out and one of the bullets grazing his ear.
What happened?
Now, I know all you guys have questions, but my main thing is this. I have a theory that's starting to come true. They don't want an election, and let me tell you why. Like, let's take a moment and see everything they threw at him so far, like taking away his businesses, they arrested him and had his mugshot taken, convicted of 34 felonies and facing over 100 years in prison. Here's a map of where the shooter was and where Trump was. So the sniper was on top of a building, firing off 11 shots only to graze his ear and hitting an innocent bystander. I would think some type of professional would not miss. Which brings us to the shooter himself. Now, his name is allegedly Mark Violets, and he was an Antifa member. But don't think so. This guy looks like the typical guy you would see on your news outlets as a shooter. 2, they ID'd him and killed him even faster. 3, his name is Mark Violets, like the color purple. What's blue and red mixed with? Purple. I feel like this is done on the inside by both sides, because you guys have to remember there's a lot of Republicans on the inside in office who don't like Trump. Another weird thing that I came across, allegedly, Biden told donors on a private call it's time to put Trump in a bullseye. Which is pretty ironic because usually Trump in his rallies says Joe Biden is shot and then it happens to him.
He's totally shot. Joe is shot. Let's face it, Joe is shot.
And the Illuminati card game once again does not miss. Can you guys look at these two pictures? That's literally him. The card reads, "Enough is enough. At any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day." Hold up, here's another weird thing. This eyewitness said he told Secret Service he saw a sniper on top of the roof and they decided not to do anything.
Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%.
Also, there was an ER professional on site who tried to help one of the innocent bystanders who got shot. He said the victim got shot in the head, there was brain matter everywhere, and unfortunately that person is now deceased. And again with the predictive programming, so you guys remember that movie that just came out a few months ago called Civil War? This is what they want. They want a civil war before an election. I think this assassination attempt was more of a scare tactic than anything to induce a civil war and not have an election at all. There's still a lot more developing on this story, you guys, but let me know what you guys think. Comment below.
You guys, Trump got shot, part 2. Stay with me. There's so much to unpack. This is a fucking conspiracy layer cake about to explode, so stay with me. Check this out. First of all, people are saying, oh, it's staged, it's fake. First of all, people have lost their lives. Second of all, this was planned from the inside. There's a big difference between planned and staged. So sit the fuck down and let me show you what's really going on. Now, about the shooter, there's been conflicting reports coming out. First, it was Mark Violets. Now it's this guy, Thomas Matthew Crooks, which is a 20-year-old from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. And he is a Republican. But hold up. Why would a Republican donate to the Democratic Party? Second of all, have we not seen this movie before? I mean, let's go back in history. You have John Wilkes Booth, who killed Lincoln. Then you have Lee Harvey Oswald, who killed Kennedy. Then we have Thomas Matthew Crooks. All of them have 3 names. Are we seeing a pattern here? And if you guys don't know anything about JFK and his assassination, just look it up because it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. It was actually the driver inside who turned around and shot him. But you guys aren't even ready for that whole story, but let's move on. Then we have the counter sniper that was protecting Trump. Now, here's a question. They saw the shooter 3 minutes before he actually shot. They said that he actually was ordered not to shoot, allegedly. This had to be planned from the inside because if you saw the shooter, and that's the thing, I've been to a rally, you guys, the security is insane. There's no way you're gonna miss somebody 150 yards out and not see him and not take action. And then the sniper was wearing this bracelet, which is linked to Kabbalah and Judaism. That's a whole nother rabbit hole, you guys. Now, here's another thing. Here's footage behind the stage of Secret Service moving people out the way just moments before shots were fired. Now, why would they do that? Everybody say it with me. Planned. Why else would they be doing that? They knew something that Trump didn't. But it gets even more bizarre. Check this clip out of this guy predicting this whole thing 3 months ago.
rising up, and then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum.
Oh, it gets better. This was a commercial ad that was aired last year in Bethel Park, featuring the shooter himself. It was filmed at his high school and sponsored by none other than the biggest asset manager in the world, BlackRock. Follow the money. Everybody say it with me. Planned. You guys do know they fund most wars, right? Now, let's not forget the site of the shooter where he was placed. This ladder was placed in advance before the shooting. Now, why wouldn't the Secret Service lock off this building before the rally? Now, here's another weird thing. George Soros' son tweeted this at the beginning of the year, talking about crime and inflation. Look at the symbolism. There's a shot fired, and this money adds up to 47. Now let's think about it. Trump will be the 47th president if he wins. His agenda is number 47. And if you guys remember that video game Hitman, he was Agent 47. Say it with me now. Planned. Then we have this fucking weird guy who always shows up to Trump rallies. They're saying this is JFK Jr. He didn't flinch at all when the shots were fired. That's a whole nother rabbit hole for a whole nother day. Oh, you thought I was done? They're saying the other shooter may be a red herring, and this might be the actual shooter. His name is Maxwell Urich, and he's connected to Antifa. He got arrested at an anti-Trump rally back in 2016. He went to jail, got out. So I don't know what to believe anymore. Last but not least, we have this crazy ass picture of the bullet passing by Trump's head. I don't know if that's real or not, but I just thought that was a crazy picture. In conclusion, all in all, I think this was an inside job, not staged. That's a big difference. And I think that they want to spark a civil war, and I guess we'll see what happens. Also, this falls right into my theory, like I said on part 1. They don't want an election, and there's tons of reasons why. Go check out that video. But let me know what you guys think about all this. Let me know below.